How close are you to your dreams? First and foremost, how much of your past have you healed? And if you haven't healed that much, or if you haven't healed that specific aspect that has to do with something that you're trying to achieve that's blocking you from unlocking the higher version of something you're trying to achieve, what should you do about it? What can you do about it? To know the answer to this, watch my previous video, because I've made a whole video about that, explaining why, how, what to do about this whole thing. Because the more powerful your signal, the more powerful the signal you radiate, the signal you send to the universe, to source, to God, that you're not under the control of anything, that you're not under the influence of any external thing, the more you open yourself up for your new future, the more you open yourself up for blessings, the more you send a sign that you're not defined by your past, that you do not identify with your past, and that you are ready, you are willing to embrace the new future, the higher version of you, the developed, the evolved version of that which you seek. But more about that in my previous video. For now, how much do you believe in that future that you seek? How much do you believe in your dreams? And it's not just believing. Hear me out on this. I want you to imagine, really vividly imagine yourself living that future dream, and observe very closely, how do you feel about it? What do you feel? Do you still feel any fears towards not achieving that life, towards not getting to that place you wish to be? Do you feel stressed because the road, the path between you and that point is still very long? The line is so long that there's so much more effort for you to exert in order for you to reach to that place? Do you feel hatred for your present life because it is so far away from that point? What do you feel? Listen closely to your mind, to your body, to your subconscious. Imagine yourself really vividly. Imagine all of the details. Do you believe your own imagination? That's a very powerful sign. Does it make sense to you, for you to imagine that which you are trying to seek, which you're trying to achieve? That's what you need to observe. That's what you need to analyze. Look at that closely. I mean, this is all just for you to know how close you are, but that's not how you get closer to your dreams. That's not how you get closer to the life you've been seeking. And I'll mention how to do that in just a second here, in just a moment. But I want you to really put yourself in that perspective. What does your guts tell you? Are you very far away? Do you hate yourself? Do you hate your present for not being able? Do you feel as if you are wishing, when you are vividly imagining that future you're seeking, do you feel as if you are wishing that you had a different present, that you were living in a different place, that you were living with different people, that you had someone else in your life, that you did not have that specific person in your life, or that specific problem that happened? Are you wishing that it's not there for you to be able to achieve that dream faster, for you to be able to get closer to that dream? Do you still feel that while you're vividly imagining that future you seek? I mean, it is self-explanatory in a sense. You get the point, you get where I'm trying to reach to. And if you are, the thing is, if you are feeling in that way, if you do actually feel in that way, it means that there are still some steps between you and that which you seek. It means that you're not yet fully aligned with that which you seek. And alignment isn't something that you have to do externally, by no means. And I cannot stress that much. I cannot emphasize on that enough. I cannot stress it enough on how it is not an external action that you need to take, or an external thought, or an external feeling, but rather it's all internal. The best advice you could tell yourself when you're trying to achieve something is focus on yourself, is focus on working on yourself. Sure, there are many things you can do externally that are going to help you feel it inwards. So the whole point is, how do you feel innerly about that which you seek? In other words, if you put action towards something internally, you become more aligned with it because you believe in it more. But if you don't put action towards something and still internally you're able to believe in it that much more, it is almost exactly the same thing. It is exactly the same thing. So the whole point is focus on working on yourself. That does the job. So what do you do if you're not that much aligned with that which you seek just yet? Because like I said, if you're feeling all of those things I mentioned earlier, when you're vividly imagining yourself in your future dreams, in your future life, then it means that you're still not there yet, that you're not that close yet. But you could be that much closer just in a day, just in 2 days, just in a week. So it's not like a whole lifetime that you have to put effort towards in order for you to get there, or a lifetime of working on yourself in order to get closer to that dream. By no means. But on the other hand, if you feel good, if you feel it so vividly, truly vivid and real, you feel as if it's almost part of your life whenever you're imagining that future you seek. If you feel if it's almost already there, if you feel as if, wow, there's nothing more for me to do, there's nothing more for me to make, there's no more effort for me to exert in order for me to get there, it means that you're fully aligned, that you're full on well aligned with that which you seek, with that which you are imagining. I don't know if you could be seeking something and then imagining something else and then mixing it up. But the whole point is that if you feel really good, if you feel loved, if you feel grateful for your past, while you're vividly imagining your future, that tells you that you are close. This is a very good sign that you are close. In other words, if you feel that there's nothing more that you could possibly do to be at that point which you are vividly imagining in your head, then it means that you are very, very close. And the thing is, when you feel you could reach to that state without really being in that state, that's the whole secret, that's the whole key point to manifestation. You can manifest anything from the place you are in. You don't have to do anything externally, because the moment you feel as if there's nothing more for you to do, the moment you feel as if you don't have to work harder to get there, as if you don't have to exert that much more effort to get there, as if you don't have to work on yourself that much more to get there, you open yourself way more to God, to Source, for it to manifest that thing into your life, for it to get you closer to that dream, for it to give you the intuition you need that's going to get you closer, that's going to take you to that dream life that you've been seeking. So it's not like giving up, it's not like being fed up and being sick from all that you have to do, so now you feel as if there's nothing more for you to do, or that you don't want to do anything anymore any longer, or that you don't want to work on yourself any longer, but rather it comes from a place of trust, of faith, of hope, of belief in your higher self, in your true self. And that is that you are channeling the entire energy of creation and that of the Creator right here within you. And that you don't need that much more in order for you to get from point A to point B to point C to point F, whatever. All that you need to do is trust in your path and be present. Be grateful for your present. Don't go on thinking that this is the present that's preventing you from that thing, that this is the present that's preventing you from, that's blocking you from achieving that thing. That person that lives with you is the person that's preventing, that's blocking your infinite potential. Don't go putting in energy in other people. Don't create unnecessary cords of energy, dispersing your energy, and rather keep it focused, keep it condensed right here within you, so that you're able to receive your intuition, you're able to receive your calling, you're able to know, you intuitively receive your next step without any effort. You open yourself up for your true self to enter. The less controlled you are by the ego always wants to regret or care about the past, and it apprehends and worries about the future. The now is neither of those. The now is right here and now. And when you're right here, when you're present, when you're living in the now, nothing could prevent you from achieving whatever you're seeking. Nothing could interrupt your connection to God, your connection to your true self, your connection to your infinite source of energy. And now you're functioning as pure conscious energy. Whatever you imagine, you get. Whatever you imagine, you achieve. Because you're harboring, you're utilizing the power of creation, the energy of creation. And that's your true self. That's not living in Wonderland. That's not naivety. That's who you truly are. So just all that you have to do is work on yourself. Focus on yourself. Feel good about yourself. Feel good about your life. You might be experiencing some blockages from your past. And that's why I told you to watch my previous video. Because if you really fed those blockages enough energy, hatred, despite, fear, stress, agony in your past, if you really fed it that much energy and you buried it deep down, you coped with it, you used any coping mechanism to avoid it, and now it's really buried, that energy is condensed deep within you, then you have to release it first. Or you have to focus on yourself so much more. You have to replace it, even if it's non-intentional, even if you're just focusing on the good in your life. Eventually it's going to replace it, but it's going to take longer. So it's better to release it first, to know, to understand your blockages, to understand where they're coming from, and to release them, then replace them so affluently, so much easier. But if you just focus on the present, be grateful for that, all that is. Don't try to blame, don't try to regret, don't try to feel bad about something, don't victimize yourself. Eventually, very soon, you will align with all that you seek, and it does not matter what exactly it is. I'm not telling you how to manifest here, I'm telling you how to be a walking, living manifester, a walking, living creator, being the creator of your life, because you already create everything in your life by who you are. Your external reality is just a reflection of your internal reality, but on a more deep level, on a deeper level than that of the surface, on a more profound level, on a subconscious level, more than it is on a conscious level that you create. And so if you affirm enough to yourself that you love your present, that you love your current present, that you're safe in your present, that you're unconditionally loved, that you're lovable, that you're worthy, that you're deserving, eventually, very soon, it's going to become your alignment, and all that you create is going to be a suitable match to this alignment, is going to fit within this concept, within this perspective, within those affirmations. But if you're always telling yourself the opposite, if you're always feeling bad about your life, feeling bad about yourself, shunning yourself, despising your life, and eventually despising yourself for all of it, then that's what you're going to keep manifesting, because that's what's deeply embedded in your subconscious. But just to reconfirm, to reaffirm, revisit your past. Unblock those limiting factors you've set upon yourself out of fear, out of stress, out of hatred, out of pity, and then work from a place of love. Seek from a place of love, of freedom, of lightness, rather than heaviness and burden. And that's your path to all that you seek. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video by AF's Conscious Frequency. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because it helps me so much and it helps this video find its way to many more others who might actually need it.